in Pisces. So I'm going to, as always, do a message for us all, or do my best to. One thing is good to have, always make sure you've got selenite around, because it's always going to bring you that higher vibration. It's also a really good pointer. We do have some of these at the website, rockandgems.com. I always like to have some rose quartz around me as well. This is, believe it or not, rose quartz, and amethyst, of course, as regular quartz. But I also have today, this is a piece of opal. This is Potch opal. This is a piece that I've had for a very, very long time, that I actually mined in Cooper Pedy. So yeah, it's a piece nobody wanted, but because it's colorless, you see. So it's not very valuable, but I absolutely love it, and it feels very calming. And of course, my little dragon head, which is the hematoid quartz. Anyway, make sure you got your crystals around, and you know, you're just focused in. We're going to do a reading on the new moon in Pisces, and I'm going to do it in with these massive big cards. I was using these today, which I absolutely love. Okay, these are the starseed, Syrian starseed cards, so they are a little bit different. And I am moving a little bit faster today, so this is not going to be a super long video, but let's get an idea of what's coming for us. I do have to go and pick up one of the pups today because I'm babysitting, which is weird, but yeah, so we weren't expecting that, but it's cute. We're going to have fun. So I'm just doing this as quickly as I can this morning and getting my work done. I want to invite you tomorrow on the new moon. So the 19th is the new moon in Pisces, to information webinar. I'm going to have these about once a month, but you don't want to miss out because oftentimes the message is a little bit different. So this information webinar is talking about the different things that are available at the Academy and how you can get started by making a deposit and then going on to a payment plan if you want to. Because I'm telling you now, we need you, we need you, we need you. I don't know how many times I've had to say that. And look at the chaos that is going on. And if you really want to learn some deeper methods and have that work to always go back to, and also have a platform to work from, that's what I'm creating as we speak. Our own platform, lightleaders.live, and you'll be able to take and accept payments, but you will need to be trained in the Academy. So this is a good opportunity for people who want to work from home as well. So there's a lot there that you are offered in the Academy to help you to move through and really, really excel. Okay. So anyway, the new moon in Pisces, what needs to be felt is the first, this is what needs to be felt. What are your emotions trying to tell you? These are enormous cards, so you can't really, you can see they take up the whole screen. Your deepest desires, what's manifesting right now, and then we have what is kind of coming new. I'm going to put these cards aside for a minute. What's coming in new, and what begins right now. What is going to begin right now? Just going to leave those aside. First card, ready, is what needs to be felt, the Eight of Cups. So what needs to be felt right now is your energy pulling away from unnecessary emotional ties. Now, in the readings that I've been doing, I mean, I do readings every single day. People say, I don't see you. I'm on readings every single day. I'm on every single platform. I'm putting my message out there with at least 4 readings every single day. So if you check my shorts, you'll find them. we have to turn away from things that no longer serve us, and we have to do it once and for all. These people that bait you and agitate you and try to get you to fall into some kind of argument or weird thing, you know, playing with your energy all of the time, saying something and then changing their mind, and then saying something and then changing them, you know, like, it's just walk away. So this is what needs to be felt. What needs to be felt is the power that you have to turn your back on any situation that is emotionally draining you and move towards something that is much more higher vibration. Okay, you're simply not going to be able to have certain people around you at all. So what your emotions are trying to tell you here, the Six of Cups, they are trying to tell you to resolve the past. You might be having a lot of memories just randomly coming up, right? And, you know, situations that you'd forgotten about. And I often tell people, think about it. There is 365 days in a year. How many of those days do you actually remember every year? So what do you think's happening with your energy and your focus? What do you think is going on here? What are your emotions absolutely trying to tell you right now? They're trying to tell you to walk away, leave it behind you. Don't try to figure out people who are just trying to be absolutely annoying to get a rise out of you, okay? The emotions are trying to tell you to let go. Don't forget your past. It's not about forgetting people in it and just dissolving it and all that sort of stuff. But let go of any unhealed aspect of yourself and send beautiful angels and healing to those memories that are still difficult for you to process, parts of you that are difficult to see. Why live in an unhealed reality? You don't need to. That's what we've been told, is we're stuck with things. We're not. Okay, we have the ability to get right away from anything that no longer serves us. So this is what your emotions are trying to tell you. It's time to send healing to those aspects of yourself that were hurt, so that you can, heal that inner child. What are the deepest desires on your heart? You just want everything to stop and you want the new to begin, okay? You just want everything to finish. You're sick and tired of it always being a process. Unfortunately, in your spiritual process, there's always things that come up that we've got to adjust. You know, it's just how life is, unfortunately, right now. Until we step into that timeline that we really want to see and raise our vibration, you don't need to take on the pain and the worries of the world. You don't need to be feeling responsible or getting angry about anything or anyone, really, because, you know, the universe doesn't know the difference between your thoughts and your words. So, you know, you could inadvertently be sending very, very negative energy out to yourself and others because of your thoughts even. And it's time to just stop doing the things that are exhausting us. Okay, because we really want these new things to come in and we really want to change. And we keep seeing, you know, as I said in my reading last year, that there will be explosions, right, in the United States. And here we go, right? There are going to be things that have to be so far into people's lives and into their face that they're going to demand a change. Now, you know, the big idea of the New World Order and, you know, everyone conforming and destroying the United States and its people and just having the elites left is not going to be our reality unless you fall into fear. They want to do that, but remember, they've already been defeated. So it's just not going to work. But we do need people to start to, you know, stop living in fear, start waking up to your true abilities. It's going to finish. It's going to be things that really do start to be seen by us on a larger scale. Look at the light coming in now. So what's manifesting here? Look at that. Look at that. Okay? The star is manifesting. The ancient energy is rising. Why do you think we're finding all these things? Because, again, the angel statue and bits and pieces that they've been unearthing for some time is going to show you that the ancient energy wants to come alive again. The people are doing this. They just found underneath, well, they didn't just find it, but you know what happened to the Twin Towers, okay, and it was demolished, right? Underneath it, they found wood and parts of a boat from the 1700s. The same wood was used on the town hall. So they used to, you know, these older ships, etc., they sunk things down, filled them and sunk them to have, because they wanted more shoreline in New York. So you see these things, this beautiful energy coming up from the past. I feel very blessed to see this moving through. This is the energy of the, well, actually it's quite a few things here. There's a symbolic energy of the constellation. Well, we have the most brilliant star of Sirius right here, right? Constellation of Canis Major. And we have the Pharaoh. We have him depicted moving through the celestial energy of Sirius with his staff. So he's represented between Sirius and our sun, or the sun god, Ra, right? There's many of these starseeds who really want to return to the stars and are remembering their origins, okay? And there is a rebirthing energy happening as we speak. So the image is about the 3 stars of the triurnal Sirian star system. So we have Sirius A, Sirius B, which is ascended into the 6th dimension, and Sirius C, which is ascended into the 4th dimension. So the star sisters, right? So this invites us to really contemplate. This is what's manifesting, contemplating your ascension, your awareness, and our experiences as well. Are you shining a light for others? What's manifesting is something we're going to start to see a lot more in the sky and around us, because we are moving our energy up. And if you don't, you won't. So if you're not working on yourself or ascending in any way, by removing all the old and bringing in the new, you might not see the same things that other people see. Okay, so that's manifesting. The star is change, hope, and healing. It's happening. It's already taking place. So the next card was what's new. See, the solar deity. So, you know, we're experiencing a lot of things to do with the sun, of course. We're getting the downloads and upgrades, etc. And I believe that we will see something about the sun or behind the sun coming into our reality. The sky will change. I just feel it's already happening. Okay. There's so much positivity with the sun and the stars together in any reading. If we had the moon as well, it would just be unbelievable. But we have changes that are occurring. We have things that we don't like to see, obviously. We have things that we don't like to see. But at the same time, we know that things need to come to the surface in order to be seen. And then once we see something, we can get rid of it. Sometimes things are coming to the surface in your own life. And when you get a boil or a blister or a rash or a cough or a sore throat or something like this, then you have actually released something within you. It's not something's happening to you. Oh my God, I'm sick. Oh, no, you've released something. You need to start seeing things like that, right? And you get rid of your sore throat or cold or flu or whatever it is that you've got really quickly, because you're finally onto what's happening. It's not a bad thing. So this begins now. Look at that. Will we see falling stars? We're seeing orbs in the sky. We're seeing balloons. We're seeing, I mean, they've always been there. Like these UFO stuff, they're going to start ramping up, etc. We've always seen them. How long have you been seeing stuff in the sky? Since I lived in Colorado with my husband, just about every night when we go outside, we see something in the sky. It's always been there, right? Things, you know, things are getting weird because the government is trying to ramp up fear within us. That's their only play. Their only play is to continually put us in a state of psychological distress. And if you're playing the game, sadly, you will go into those stresses. Hopefully, because you're on the spiritual pathway and you're here, you're not giving into it. It is hard, I know. Everybody's affected by what's being caused here. But I really feel that as we open up our energy and we really start to focus on positivity, and if we think of it this way, if you're in the 12th dimension, are you really worried? Not at all. Everything is in a very, very fast adjustment. Even if there was someone who was slightly in the wrong frequency for some reason, I don't even know how they would get there. But if they were, there would be an instant vibration change. Instantly. The frequency would change and they would uplift. Why? Because they've mastered all the stages of human conditioning. Right? And the human conditions are, as your parents told you, make sure you work your ass off your entire life so that one day when you're old and too old to do anything, you can sit down and not have to work. What kind of life is that for anyone? You don't have to live in that dogma, that cycle, that restriction. We are limitless beings. We do not need to limit ourselves any further. So once we understand this, we go on a journey that is so much more beautiful, so much more abundant and free. We don't see all the chaos. Those who remain in the 3D energy may remain in a world where that's happening. So we have to lift. We have to send healing out to the earth constantly. I'm going to do a meditation for the world. I'm going to put it up for you all to be doing. And I'm going to go live soon. We weren't expecting to be baby pup sitting. So we're going to have 6 huskies here. I don't know whether I'm going to be able to go live when I wanted to. But that's okay. I will be going live and you will see me. And we will be talking about some different things as well. So, wow, look at that energy. Okay. Now, by the way, this is called the Syrian Starseed Tarot, and that exact picture that we just saw is right here. Okay. So, what else can we do here? I'm going to show you something. This is what I did for the patrons the other day. I was using my little mystical messages. These are eventually going to be made into cards. My dragon work and my angel work and all this. Eventually, I'm just, you know, I can't focus on. I'm just going to say, eventually, my cards are going to be completely made and done. I know the abundance is coming. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 4 messages. If you are open to the divine opens up 1,000-fold. So messages coming in. South. Look south, back or down. It's time. There's healing. Something in the newspaper. Gifts are coming. And this is coming over the next 5 days. Moon. Here we go. The next. Trust the next moon. Trust. famous, crown, psychic, healer, intuitive, 2 weeks, stop worrying. Next moon, well, we have the moon tomorrow. Messages, something in the south. Here comes the moon. These are just my little cue cards, like basically what I'm going to be putting on my actual mystical messages cards. Okay, one more. And east, look east. A prophecy comes true. Here comes the arrival. Here comes friends, a package, and the color green. Okay, so this is what we need to look at. Do a card on each of these things. Just a minute. Okay, I'm going to use the Astro cards on each of these things. First thing is tell us more about the messages coming in. The south. It's time, healing, gifts coming. What's coming to the south? Looking back, looking down. What we just got in the cards, right? The moon. The crown, the cycle. What's coming with the moon? And the east. Looking east. Prophecy coming true. Here comes the arrival. Here comes the friends. Here comes the package. Here comes the color green. There we go. More information about it. All right, let's go. Messages, conjunction, alliance. South. We're looking at the 12th house. We're having introspection. The moon, Neptune, visions. The east, progressions and journey. Okay, I'll give you a quick message on each one of these. So the conjunction coming up here. This is an alliance. The energy here is about being wary of relationships that ask you to shrink yourself to fit in and fit them, and value the conjunction. So just take care of your own energy fields and ideas in this process. And if you've merged your energy with a partner, with a teacher or a co-worker, notice what strengthens you and where you need to step back to individuate, to find your own paradigm and technique. If it's time to align with life, your life with another's, think of the line, love consists of this, that two solitudes protect and border and greet each other. So let this be the yoking of two or more equals, a partnership that works best when each brings gifts and challenges to the table. Be in true alliance, be in connection, but still individuate as well. Now this is about the newspaper and the gifts that are coming, having introspection, right? So introspection here with the 12th house. So the 12th house would be a quiet place. The sun is in the 12th house just after sunrise, a time for prayer, meditation. And the 12th house is your inner child world. Isn't that funny? The inner child, the south, going back. So this is about introspect. The situation is complex. Learn what's going on behind the scenes before you act. Look for surprise angels. Look for hidden motives. Take time alone to develop an idea or listen within. So, in quiet moments of meditation, feel the deep connection to the source and know that you are not alone. It says here, the 12th house speaks of both who you are when no one's looking and the fact that your fate is intricately linked to everyone or every other sentient being. It's essential that you take care of yourself and honor who you are, but notice the work or acknowledge the work within an organism, your family or culture or group, which operates in the body of all creation. So if you just take care of yourself and disregard the rest, you become a cancer that brings illness to that great body. And if you deny your individuality, you can't do what you were born to do. See? You've got to have a balance in everything. A balance in everything. Look, have introspection. Go within. All of you have the answers. I know we don't want to hear that, but we do. Now, this is about the moon, someone famous, intuitive, a couple of weeks, the crown, the psychic, the healer. Stop worrying and trust. And this is about tomorrow. We're going to have a vision. Now, Neptune can be a little all over the place, but we're going to have a vision. So this is like a planet that symbolizes how we float in the ocean of collective consciousness. Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. There we go. And it takes about 165 years to tour the zodiac. So on a practical level, it signals water, liquids, oils, and art supplies. Liquids, water, oils. Haven't we just seen this happening with all these train derailments? And nothing's happening for the United States people. Nothing's happening other than more given to another country in particular. Now he's going to give them a pension. He's going to give them a pension, apparently. But nothing for Ohio. Nothing for Ohio, where the water is contaminated. And they've said that it's not. But it's settling to the bottom of the water. And it is going to affect a lot of households. We have to put a lot of energy and water dragons onto that energy as well. So it's talking about activating your brain and stepping out of sequential logic into a sense of the infinite, of the limitless, what we were talking about. Find a dream or vision and bring it back to manifest. See, Neptune invokes both intuition and imagination. It can blur the boundaries between the two. And it's all too easy to believe that what you want or what you're afraid of is in fact reality, which it can make it easy for others to manipulate. So the challenge with Neptune is that it can be overwhelming, and it can turn imagination into illusion. It can turn sensitivity and the hunger for spirit into addiction. Watch for water damage, okay? Allow yourself to float, to swim in the great ocean of the collective consciousness. Soak up the presence of divine soul. There's no separation between you and all sentient beings, between you and the realms of God and spirit. We can do this. We can focus on what we want to see. We can hold people accountable for what they're doing. However, we've got to focus on resolution and change. Now, here comes the progressions in the East, right? What is happening here as part of our journey? The planets are moving through time and space. So when you're born, you imprint the patterns of that moment, which are described in your natal chart. The planets keep moving, and you also imprint the patterns they make as they progress through those first few months. So these progressions sketch out a big sweeping journey of your life. You live that pattern out at roughly the rate of a year to a day for the rest of your life. Once you're born, you can't choose the cycles you live through, but you always choose how you respond. So this situation, though you may feel uncomfortable, you have a choice about how you respond and where you go. Consider where you would like to be at the end of your life. What do you want to have? The challenge is not a small obstacle or opportunity. It's part of a complex pattern. Every choice you make changes how things unfold. So we need to trust the tides and set our own sails. Thinking back of the years you engaged with the world and the years you needed time for your own personal work. Consider making a painting or a timeline with this landscape to see where you are in those big sweeping patterns. Okay? You're part of your soul's journey right now. The present situation may not make sense, in the short term, because it's got more to do with bigger karmic patterns as well. So, will there be more spills and things that go on? I think so. And I've been talking about this for a time, where we're just going to be one thing after another happening. And that is because, as I said, you know, the light is already won, and there's just this shaking off and desperate plea for more power and more corruption and more fear, and, you know, planning to scare us all with more problems and get people to start, you know, storing food and all that. I mean, it's not a bad idea to have stuff stored anyway, you know, and then if you've got it, then you don't have to worry about a thing. But, you know, because what it does is it sort of blocks our supply chains, and that's what people are talking about. Again, corruption is in our face, and we have a choice now as spiritual beings, as spiritual souls of light. Okay, we have this choice whether we're going to allow the corruption, greed, and fear to control our life, okay, or we change our viewpoint, we change our mind, we change our words, we lift our vibration, we do the work, and we see a different world that we end up living in. Why? Because you're manifesting it. You're manifesting it every second of every day. Make sure it's what you want to manifest. Those are the bigger messages here. All right, to finish things off, I'm gonna just do some Lenormand cards. So yeah, write yourself some little notes. Write yourself some little cards like this. Put them out. Stretch them out with your readings and see how accurate it is. You know, when I do anything of my own like that, it's always more accurate, because I've got feeling into it. Like, I've put creation into it. All right, Lenormand, last cards for today. What do we all need to know? What do we all need to hear? Oops. Forget, you can still get services with me. You can still talk to me, or you can join the academy where I'm with you guys all the time. We do Zoom, we have support groups, people do readings for each other. I mean, it's amazing. Okay, what do we all need to hear right now? Okay. So this is the central theme of the cards, okay? There are decisions that we've got to make as our central theme, right? There is stability here, okay? And we have the abundance and change of the bear. However, there's also an energy with the bear, as you can see, it's partly submerged, that there's still this emotional thing. There's still water and just about every single card. Okay, remember the Pisces is connected with the water signs. Is there something that's going on with the water? Yeah, there is right now. Okay. Just make sure that you are grounded, okay, and focused on where you're going. Once you make these decisions, and you can see them walking up the stairs, making the decisions from a higher perspective, the abundance and the joy is here. The abundance and the change is here. Abundance, choices, stability. This is stable as well. And this is joy. This is invitations and fun. All right, let's see more about the decisions. You've got to commit yourself. Look at that. Some people are actually focusing on a commitment. I do keep on seeing the... there's the stars. I keep on seeing the ring come up. So this is a fated, strong energy that's coming forth. What about the... Okay, oh my God. This is it. Look. The key to your destiny is in your hands. Okay, commit yourself to your decisions. The healing, the abundance is here. Like, this is crazy. Beautiful. Look, healing. This is family. This is health, healing. This is dreams coming true, abundance, healing. Okay? Family members that you might be worried about going to go through a change here. Wow. Okay, there's stability. There's an older gentleman helping us. Someone who's helping us as we move forward. Or just an old ancient energy, right? Getting us out of this fog that we've been in. And bringing us into that beautiful, positive, sunshine vibration. Which puts the positivity. There's nothing negative here at all. You see? There's nothing negative coming up for us. Unless we want to see that. You can manifest the darkness as much as you can manifest light too. What do you want to see for your future? Because it's awesome. Okay, we have the choice here. This is a very important part of human history that we're living in. What side of it are we going to be on? Because all the nonsense talk and all the division talk and all the fear-mongering and all the people fighting in the spiritual world as well, and this one's saying this and this one's saying that, and this one thinks they're great, this one, whatever. We've just got to live on our own focus, and what we're focusing on is got to be a higher plane, because we don't want this. We don't want the world to fall into this chaos. It's not meant to. And again, I don't believe that other planetary energies will let that happen anyway. We've got to see for our own selves. Such beautiful, committed vibration. This is the key. Make a commitment to your study, to your learning, to your spiritual path, and this will unlock you. It will. Nothing else is going to do it for you. Nothing else is going to do it for you. There is no other way around your journey and to be in prosperity and to be in peace than to focus on your spiritual journey and who you really are. Obviously, I'm here to help, and I have been for free. And there's over 3,000 videos here on Divine Miracles on this channel. Like, that's a huge amount of work. And there's so many free things that I do as shorts every single day as well. So I am giving to this world. That's all I want to do. And I want to share what I have with all of you. So I really hope to see some of you making that commitment to yourself and your forward movement and working more closely with us. So I hope you have a wonderful weekend and the rest of the week. I will be back soon as I can. Sending lots of love to you all.